Hi, this is Jessica from Jam Cosmetics, and I'm going to show you how to do this beautiful, glamorous, and dramatic Dancing with the Stars inspired makeup look. We're actually going to start out with a clean, moisturized face and do your foundation. And the first thing that I'm going to do is my brow, so that I can define that eye area. And because I'm doing something that's a little bit more dramatic, I'm definitely going to make sure that I give it a very defined brow. I'm not going to fill it out. I'm going to actually make it thin and dramatic. And I'm using the Fear Me brown eyeshadow right from the palette. So you're going to go ahead and take your very thin, angled eyebrow and eyeliner brush and just go ahead and fill in that brow. As you can see, I did both brows for a very dramatic look. Now I'm going to take my brush, my eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to wet it so that I can get a really intense gold tone from Flawless Me, this gold shadow. So I'm going to go ahead and apply it over the whole lid. It actually becomes totally smudge resistant. So even if I sweat, cry, whatever, it's not going anywhere. So I'm going to fill the whole lid in with the gold. Now I'm going to take a smaller brush and I'm going to go ahead and go back and do my white highlighter color right here. Just where I want that brow bone to be a little bit more obvious. And then I'm going to take a smaller crease brush and I'm going to dip it in the brown. And I want to go ahead and look, first I'm going to find the crease so I can feel where that bone is. I'm actually going to take that brush and just put it right in where that crease is. So I'm going slow, just small strokes, taking my time. I don't want to go in too far towards the nose. And I'm kind of making like a weird sideways V triangle-y shape. And then I can also take my finger and blend it out, going in the direction I want it to do. And I'm just going to keep applying until I build it up to the height that I want, and the width that I want, and the darkness that I want. And I can also decide by looking in the mirror and seeing if I'm actually matching the other side. So unlike a lot of people, I actually have two different shaped eyes, which a majority of the population does. So you kind of learn your little tricks of how to make one eye look bigger and one eye look a little smaller so that they actually look the same. So yeah, take my little brush and I'm going to wet this little brush and I'm going to dip it in the white. And then I want to actually get it to that inner corner of the eye, to really brighten that inner corner of the eye. Blending it up into the eye and underneath. The same thing I did over here. Just to brighten the inner corners of the eyes. Okay, now in your palette you also have a black. It's called Double Dare Me, and it works as your liner. So I'm going to take my angled brush, and you can either use the same one you used for your eyebrows, or you can have a separate one, which is really helpful, that you're going to use wet. So I'm going to go ahead and dip this in water, and dip it in my Double Dare Me mineral eyeshadow. And I'm going to start from the outside and go in. So I'm going to give a slight pull. And I'm just going to dab. It's so hard to make just a straight line. I find that dabbing is a lot easier. The other thing that you're going to notice is that I have a rhinestone lashes on and the band is pretty thick, so it really doesn't matter how thick you go with this liner. It's probably going to disappear anyway, so go ahead and go a little bit thicker with it than you would. And you're also going to make sure that you go really close in towards this corner. And then I'm going to go ahead, and do you see how the angle of my eye is going this way, up towards the end of my brow? That's where we want that liner. If we're going to do a little bit of a cat eye, and this can actually be almost a Cleopatra type eye, it can be a ballroom eye, it can be a competition eye for a really dramatic competition company. You're going to go ahead and, if you give it a little bit, you want to keep your brush at the same angle pointing towards that brow. So I'm going to go ahead and then attach this. Get this in a little bit closer. If you make a mistake, one of the things that makes life as a makeup artist much easier are sponges. What you're going to do is take your sponge, just get right in there, and get rid of anything that you don't want by gently, gently rubbing it away. Okay? Starting to look like the other eye. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab my my other angled brush, the one that I used for my brows. So I'm going to start from the outside, and again, remember, I don't want to necessarily just follow this line up going like this. I'm actually going to go in line with the top liner, and I'm not going to connect them. So if you look, I'm actually going to start like out here. I'm just going to draw in towards the center. Okay, and now I did fill in the inner part of my eye with a white. That's just going to brighten up the eyes a little bit. Makes them stand out a little bit more, makes the eyes look large, which on stage we really want your eyes to look large. So I'm not going to go through putting how to put on the rhinestone lashes in this video. I am going to just apply them, and I'm going to go over that in another video because actually rhinestone lashes are really hard to put on yourself. So as you can see, I have my beautiful rhinestone lashes on. Now we just need blush, which comes right in your compact, and you're going to start right at the outside of your face and move in. Go right underneath your cheekbone. And then blend up. So I go forward and blend up, forward and blend up. And this will really be up to you. A lot of times when I talk with jazz dancers and ballroom dancers, they love red lipstick. So I'm just going to do a red lip with it. And I'm going to start by lining my lips with a Warm Brandy lip pencil. Jam Cosmetics Warm Brandy lip pencil. And I start from the outside and go in, and the outside and go in. And then I'm going to fill it in. I'm going to go ahead and blend my lip pencil into my lips. And then I'm going to go right back to my Stage Siren palette and use my Fierce Red lipstick. And there you have it.